hatchlings, it's Dragonfeather and welcome back to the channel. And on today's episode we will be jumping on the trend of addressing the rumors. Those of you guys who haven't seen this yet, it's pretty popular on YouTube right now, and basically on Instagram there's a feature where you can ask questions, and I've been asking you guys for assumptions about me, and I'm going to be answering your guys' assumptions, telling you if they are true, if they are false, and a little bit more about each topic that you guys cover. And if you guys are interested to participate in videos like this in the future, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Azura Dragonfeather, and I'm always posting pictures of my books, behind the scenes of how to make them. I post all my modeling stuff as well as some creative things that I enjoy too. So if you want to get more involved, please go follow me. But for those of you guys who are new, thank you for tuning in. Merry meet, my name is Azura, and I post new enchanting videos every week, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss an episode. Hopefully. Today's video is brought to you by my Etsy store, Dragon Fairy Crafts. I recently have got some cute little book charm necklaces up in the Etsy shop. If you guys haven't seen my video about the 13 books that I made for the hatchling houses from the hatchling clan, I'll leave it linked down below for you and at the end of this video. But if you don't like any of the book charm necklaces that you find that are $25 each plus shipping, you can get a custom made one from me if you message me at Dragon Fairy Crafts on Instagram, and I custom make charm book necklaces for $30 or $35 if you're interested. But that is all I can tell you about it. Check them out, they're pretty effing adorable, and I'm in love, and my dragon guardian gave me the idea to make them, so I hope that you will enjoy them, and all of that information will be linked down below for you. That being said, let's address these rumors. So Z Small Bean, which is such a fabulous username, by the way, and they said, you hate cosmetic surgery. I do not hate cosmetic surgery. I hate watching cosmetic surgery. I get so cringed out when I watch it. It just grosses me out, like, to the moon, and bleh. It's just gross to watch, okay? But I think, like, you know, you do you. If you want to get body mods, you get body mods. Like, I see cosmetic surgery, like, no different than tattoos or, like, piercings, because it's, like, all, like, body modification. And I think cosmetic surgery is incredible for people who have been in accidents, who may have, like, certain deformities that they can't really function with, and they want to just, like, look better, or they want to just, like, feel more like themselves. I think that it's a really positive thing. I think that it's very possible to get addicted to cosmetic surgery, just like it is with piercings and tattoos. You know, it's a body modification type of thing, and I think it's up to the individual. I don't hate it, but I actually have wanted to get, like, breast implants in my lifetime, but after doing some more research into it, it kind of creeped me out the more I read about silicone implants, because I don't know if you guys knew, but, like, when you get, like, silicone implants, your body, like, makes this scar tissue sac around the implant. Fucking crazy, right? I don't know. It's kind of disgusting if you, like, watch it, but it's not for me. Maybe I'll do something in the future cosmetic wise, who knows, I don't know what's gonna happen, but right now I love my body. I'm very okay with the way I look, and yeah, I'm pretty indifferent to other people getting it done. 8 Trigram Air Palm assumed you like guys and girls. You're half right. I love guys and girls, but I also like non-binary. I like all of the spectrum. I identify as omnisexual, and I think that, you know, if I love you for you as a person, your gender identity really doesn't, you know, do anything. The genitals that you have or lack thereof really don't deter the fact if I like you or not. It's just kind of like, if I like you, I like you. And if you, like, told me, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm transgender, I'm like, cool, I'm here for you, but I still think you're sexy. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. The Wiccan Kid assumes you're an extrovert around people you know and love, but an introvert in general. So this is interesting because when I was younger, I used to not be so introverted. I actually was, like, so outgoing. Like, I would, like, want to keep people, like stay as long as you can kind of thing. I would want to hang out with people all the time and go to parties, you know, with my friends and have play dates and all of that, and I just love to be around people. But then I kind of went through some shit, and afterwards, like, I just kind of realized how much I really value my alone time, and I do not feel, like, recharged unless I'm, like, alone and like focusing on my witchcraft or my practice, you know, or like just like fucking art, you know, like painting helps me recharge so hard. But I like to be on my own and not have to talk and not have to interact with people. But when I am like going out into a setting of like people, I am so lively. I love talking to people. I love getting to know people. Like if you ever see me out in public, like don't you ever feel shy to come up and say hello. Like I'll be so excited to see you and give you a hug, you know, come get a hug, I love you. But like, yeah, I'm pretty extroverted when I want to go out, but when I'm like, no, I'm dead, I'm like, don't talk to me, fuck you, leave me alone. So there's that. Blair the Evil One assumes you must think living a vegan lifestyle is the only best one. This is interesting because guess what? I'm actually not a vegan anymore. And I know that might like really shake a lot of you, but let me explain myself. I will never eat meat again. That shit grosses me out. I don't need to eat the cells of another being's body. I don't need to murder another being to put it in my body. That just, it's like, I don't want your DNA in my stomach. Like that just is a weird thought to me, okay? But like, I'm not vegan in the sense that I eat eggs. And that's because eggs just happen, you know, and like, I call my viewers hatchlings, okay? I'm obsessed with eggs. Are you kidding me? I love eggs, but I won't buy them commercially produced. I prefer to eat eggs from chickens that I actually like know their face, like I've met them and I like have seen them and like, oh my gosh, you're so cute and adorable. And like the real goal is to have my own pet chickens in the future and eat their eggs while I give them shelter and food, they feed me, and it's a symbiotic relationship, and that just seems like life, you know, that seems pretty normal, you know, that seems like nature at its finest, right? But I believe in a cruelty-free lifestyle, and what I mean by that is like, we don't need to hurt the animals that we consume, you know what I mean? Like, when I ever say like go vegan in a video or something like that, what I mean, I guess, and I probably should start saying this instead, is to be aware of where you're getting your products from. Like if you're just buying like steak from the grocery store, chances are it came from a dairy farm, and those cows have no quality of life, even if they say pasture raised. Nah, they are brutally murdered and treated like shit and artificially inseminated if they're dairy cows. Like it's a real bad situation. And like the way it used to be is like you had the animals on your farm, you cared for them, and that's kind of where I feel like it becomes a little less bad, you know? So I think with people who like would hunt or something for their food, that's cool, but with the state of our like nature right now, I think that nobody should be hunting until we can figure out what the fuck is going on with our planet. But I think it's just important to be cruelty-free and live a cruelty-free lifestyle. If that means living vegan for you, fuck yeah. If not, then I'm not going to judge you either way. I don't think that there is one best way to live. I just think that the best way to live is the way that's going to be best for the environment, that's going to ensure a future for all of us, and that's going to leave, you know, the smallest carbon footprint as possible, and also with the most karma-free type of energy, if that makes sense. So I can't actually see your entire username. It says actually sleeping something, said that you're extremely hardworking and a perfectionist. I actually think that's true. I have such a perfectionist complex, it kills me, and I've always had this. Like even when I was like 2 or like 1, like I wouldn't do something unless I knew I could do it perfectly the first time, and that is such a bad way to think, because it's like you make mistakes, that's how you grow, that's how you learn. So you have to be willing to fail in order to get better. And hardworking means, yes, sometimes I stay up into the early hours of the morning making videos, making books, making art, you know, producing content for people on the internet. Like that's kind of how I pay my bills. Well, it is how I pay my bills right now, but it's really important to me, you know. I value so much the amount of work and effort that I put into what I do that I want to make sure that every single time I make something, it is 110% the best content I could ever produce. Trevor Fortin assumes, okay, you're really a lesbian and your boyfriend is trans. No. But if I ever broke up with my boyfriend, which God forbid that doesn't ever happen because I adore his soul so much, I think I would probably just want to date girls for a while, because I've never really been into that. I've never gotten the opportunity to like genuinely date a girl. I had one girlfriend a long time ago, but it just was like awkward. Anyway, I'm not a lesbian. I'm omnisexual. Glad we could, and my boyfriend's not trans. He is a cisgendered straight man. So hard, it's kind of intense. It's me, the ash tree assumes that you are tall. No, I'm like 5'3" and I'm very small. I'm 5'3" and I weigh about like 110 pounds, which is healthy weight for me, but it's like not very tall. I'm like super duper tiny. I joke with my boyfriend, we're like fun size, so we're literally, we can fit anywhere and everywhere pretty much, and it's kind of awesome, you know? It's pretty convenient. Julia's Shenanigans assumes that you're a really strong person who has been through some stuff in life but has managed to grow from them. Yes, I've been through so much dumb shit in my life, and a lot of it was like self-imposed, but a lot of it was done to me against my will, unfortunately, and has traumatized me so hard to the point where I'm convinced I have PTSD. I've been trying to find, you know, a psychiatrist and a therapist to like figure that out, but unfortunately healthcare is like non-existent in the United States, and I just don't have the money to really go find out, so I do the best that I can and cope how I can, and cannabis really helps me have a better quality of life, but it definitely has made me a stronger person. It has helped me develop a thick skin, and especially with the amount of like haters that I have in my life just for being myself, it's really shown me how important it is for me to be who I am and how important it is for me to be unapologetically me, and even if people don't like me for that, that's not my problem. It's not my problem that my existence makes you uncomfortable. You know? You know, yeah. Horoscope cards. You love food. Gee! Of course I do! I love eating. My favorite thing to make is vegan mac and cheese, and I bet you I can make the best vegan mac and cheese you've ever had in your life. So good you won't even be able to tell it's not vegan. And if you guys want to see a tutorial on how I make that, leave a like on the video. Cookie Cat 17 assumes you are very mature in front of new people, but with friends you are more carefree and more yourself. 100%. I definitely am a very mature individual. My whole life I've been told that I have an old soul, and I prefer to hang out with older people because the people who are in like my immediate age group, which is like 22, 23, 24, they're not really the most mature people. So like a lot of my friends are like in their 30s, to be honest with you guys. I just like appreciate like that extra life experience and like the maturity that they have. But when I'm like in a carefree environment and with my friends who I'm very close to, I'm a total goofball. I say dumb shit, I do dumb shit, and it's a good time. Just Quinn, an alien, assumes you have/had anxiety at one point and went through hardships for being yourself. Yes, correct. I actually do suffer from anxiety a lot, and I've not really talked in depth about it on my channel to the extent the anxiety that I experience. I do have a really hard time with social anxiety because of some things that I've been through, but I also really try to push past it. And for those of you guys who don't know, as I mentioned, I feel like I have PTSD, and that is an anxiety-based disorder. And I am, you know, doing the best I can to try and find a diagnosis about that, to get it confirmed by a doctor, because like I really would want to know. Like I said, it's just difficult in the States, and I'm just trying to cope with the like triggers and nightmares that I have sometimes, and just like, you know, all the symptoms that come with it. And the only thing that really helps me treat my anxiety, like I said, is cannabis. I don't really think I would be a functioning human being without cannabis, and like I don't need cannabis to exist. Like the more I've used cannabis, the less I need it. Does that make sense? So like the more I use cannabis for my anxiety, the less I need it when I don't have it. So like I have been like without weed for like almost 3 weeks now, and I'm not like, I'm fine, you know, like it's not like I'm like, I need my drugs, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I go through withdrawals from my medication, you know, like I don't think about it really. Like sometimes I'll be like, wow, I really wish I could smoke a blunt right now, but like I'm okay, you know. But when I do have those moments, the only thing that snaps me out of it is smoking weed or is eating an edible, things like that. Pavel Matter said, you like Lil Peep. I don't know why so many people ask me this. Like, everybody assumes that I like Lil Peep, and I have like no idea who this person is. I asked my boyfriend, I'm like, who the hell is Lil Peep? And he's like, it's a rapper. And I'm like, okay, that's probably why I don't know. I'm pretty picky with my rappers, but there are a few that I enjoy listening to, but I don't even think I've ever heard like a Lil Peep song. Like, if you guys have some Lil Peep recommendations, I'll check it out, but like, yeah, I have no idea who that is. Bud the Witch asks, "You're straight like a ruler, lol. Not even close. I'm about as straight as a rainbow." Okay, bye. Lunarain 18 asks, "You don't have a job besides your Etsy, and if you do, it's a very part-time job." I actually don't have a job besides my Etsy, but I am looking for one just to be a little bit more financially stable, since you can never really predict how much you're gonna make on Etsy. Sometimes I'll make rent in a day, sometimes I won't make rent at all, and I have to ask for help. So it's kind of like, it's very stressful, especially when I'm sharing a room with somebody and they depend on me financially. So that's why, yes, I am going to get a part-time job, but like you said, it'll be a very part-time job. I don't want to work more than 20 hours a week, because then I would have no time for my channel, which is where the majority of my income comes from, because I get money from Google, which is like YouTube AdSense, I get money from Etsy, and I get money from Patreon right now, and then sometimes people will donate money via PayPal, which you do not have to do. It's very kind of you for those who have, but yeah, generally speaking, that's where I make my money, and that's how I pay my rent. If you want to help, go get a book, necklace, charm thing, and message me if you want a custom one. I'll make it however you want, and I promise it'll be filled with my love, my light, and my magic, and it'll be one of a kind, and you will be so breathtaking when you see it in person. But self-promo, thanks for that. Hey Cumberbatch asks, she was homeschooled, or no, assumes she was homeschooled. Nah, I wish though. I actually really pushed my mom to homeschool me towards the end of my high school career, just because like I really just hated going to school. Like, it's not that I like was bad at school, it was just that it wasn't challenging enough. Like, I didn't want to learn about the shit I was learning about. Like, I wanted to learn about art, I wanted to learn about music, I wanted to learn about, you know, sex education, which doesn't exist in school. Like, I wanted to learn about those things and psychology and all of that, but like I was just so bored with math and history. God, I just wanted to die every time I was in history class. Like, I literally would just draw like the whole time, because like art was more important to me than that. So, and now art is my career, and I don't even use any of that except math, maybe for like finances, but that's it, you know, like pss, 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 pss. Baby Doll Jinx assumes you are pro-life. Oh hun, quite the contrary. I am so pro-choice, it's not even funny. I think, you know, I kind of think that people who call themselves pro-life is a cop-out, because if you think about pro-life, you want people to have a life. You want people to have a good life. You want people to be loved and cared about. And sometimes when people get pregnant, that's just not how it works, you know? Like, some people are just not in that state, not in that place to give that loving to give that love and care, to nurture a child, to be a good citizen in the future, because our children are our future. You know, we don't just want to have kids left and right and then they grow up and don't know how to do anything, and then who knows what happens when they're older. You know, I think people who say that they're pro-life are really anti-choice, because they don't really care about the individual or the woman or the person with the uterus when they get pregnant. You know, being pregnant changes your life forever. Even if you give the child up for adoption, it physically changes you hormonally. Your body will change forever. Like, no one should ever be forced to go through that, and it's no one else's decision what someone does with their body. It's like, until the child is outside of me, it is a part of me. You know what I mean? And it's like, if somebody just doesn't want to have a kid, doesn't have the means to, or just simply doesn't want to, like, they should never ever have to. If any of you guys in the comments freak out at me, I'm gonna delete your shit, because it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just let people do what they want with their bodies, you know? Like, you may not want to do that. Like, you may not want an abortion for you. Cool, I totally respect that. But it's like, maybe for Sally, or maybe for somebody who identifies as transgender who got pregnant against their will, why would they ever want to have a kid? They should not have to have a kid if they don't want. End discussion. And we move on. Dark Baneri assumes you spend a lot of time on makeup. Actually, no. This makeup look that I did took me about 20 minutes. Sometimes I'll do a lot of time on my makeup, but the most of the time when my makeup takes a long time is when I'm doing photo shoots and I have a makeup artist do my makeup, then it takes about an hour or so. But other than that, not really. It doesn't really take me long to do makeup. Vested Unicorn 29 assumes you can eat whatever you want and not gain an ounce. pretty much. Like, I'm very blessed. But honestly, I think, like, okay, if you look at some of my older videos when I was not a vegan, I actually was a little bit heavier. You can see it in my arms and in my face, and especially in my stomach, but you can't really see my stomach in most of my older videos. But I did look heavier. However, my whole life I pretty much ate like shit and like nothing ever happened to me. However, my genetics are very bad. Like, diabetes is such a huge thing in my family, and heart diseases, and they're all connected to being overweight and obese. And that's why it's so important for me to eat a very clean, healthy, like, diet, because I do not want to do that. Like, I want that shit to stop with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to die because I'm old and decrepit as fuck. Like, I don't want to die because of this, that, or the other thing. You know what I mean? So I do the best that I can to have a healthy lifestyle and live the healthiest lifestyle for me. North YYY assumes you wanted a career in makeup. No. For a quick minute I wanted to be a hairstylist, but I really don't like putting makeup on other people. Like, I can do it, but like when it comes to like mascara or like waterline, eyeliner, like, oh god, no. Like, I can't, like, it's no, like, I would not want to be a makeup artist. Like, I want to be an artist. Like, I want to sell like my books and stuff and like make art for people, but makeup artist, nope. Not for me. Vivi Oreo assumes you didn't do well in high school and didn't take any AP classes. I didn't take any AP classes because I couldn't be bothered. I actually did really well in high school, to the point to where I only had 4 classes my senior year of high school, and I got to go home at 11:30 a.m. Like, I got to school at like 6 a.m. and I went home at 11:30 a.m. and I was done for the day. It was the greatest thing of my life, and what I ended up taking was a college prep course for graphic design, and I had those every Tuesdays and Thursdays from like, I think it was it 3 to 5? I think it was like 3 to 5. It was like a couple hours, but because of that I didn't have to have like any extra classes at school. So I did really well, like 100% did really well in school. I'm sure I could have done better, you know, I didn't care, you know what I mean, because of the subject matter. Like, I was just like, if I went to a school that was like art and music and like psychology and like sex education and just like human anatomy and like the universe and like science, I'm such a science nerd. Like, if it was all about that, I would have like aced school 100%, but I pretty much like always failed history because like I'm bad with dates, and I feel like the history that we're taught in school is pretty bullshit, especially when it talks about the history of witchcraft. All we learn about is how witches were slaughtered, and I'm just like, fuck you guys, like, just fuck you guys. Like, separation of church and state doesn't exist in this country, and I'm gonna stop before I get too upset. So I did okay in high school. My senior year was awesome because I barely was there, so yeah. Island Alien assumes you want to get 1 million more tattoos. 100%. Like, the only reason why I haven't got more tattoos is just financial reasons. Like, I have all these plans for like my arms, like the arm that I have, this well, my sleeves are buttoned, but I have a pentacle on this arm. I want to get like an entire like witchy sleeve, and then I want to get all sacred geometry on the other one. Like, I want to get a chest piece that looks like my Book of Shadows Uramires. I want to get like a feather back tattoo and dragon tattoos and like Pokemon tattoos, Animal Crossing tattoos, and so many tattoos. And y'all will see it, you know, when I have it, when I do it, you will be aware of it, I promise you. Weirdo Manny assumes you want to be married one day. You know, the more and more I grow, I kind of am just like, like, I don't really want to be married in the traditional sense. Like, I'd rather have a hand fasting, like sacred circle type of ceremony, where you hand fasten your hands holding a blade, and then you move the blade in between the 2 hands, and then you bleed together, tying your blood as one. Some people might think that's disgusting, but that's pretty much the only way I want to get married. Like, I don't want to have like some person from the church be like, you're married under the Lord Savior Jesus Christ. Like, no thanks. Like, no thanks. I'll pass. I want to like be with somebody for the rest of my life, which I want to be with Max for the rest of my life. He's my boyfriend, but like, I don't really feel like a huge wedding is like necessary, though it would be dope, but I don't want to pay for it, so if you want to pay for my wedding, let me know. My destiny assumes that you're a great person with a high vibration. I really do my hardest to be a good person and to raise my vibration, because I feel better when I do it, and I meet more incredible people when my vibration is higher. The most memorable memories that I have are with people who have very high vibrations and people who really try to be good people, and that's why I think it's really important to focus on being the best you can be before you point the finger at anyone else. And even then, like, don't fucking bother, you know? Like, once you get to the best that you can be, you don't even care about pointing your finger at anyone else because it's just not worth your time. So I think it's really important to be a good person, and I really value that. Lena assumes that you would have an actual pet dragon. I don't know if I would call it like pet dragon, but like I would love to have like a dragon friend, like in real life, like physically, that just like hung out on my shoulder, or when they got big enough like would let me ride them to school or whatever. Like that would be a goal of mine, but I don't really feel like you can have a pet dragon. I feel like it's the opposite, like the dragon has a pet human. Does that make sense? Like I feel like, you know, if a dragon like physically existed, like I would be their pet human. Does that make sense? Like, anyway, yeah, that's how I feel. Wandering into Wonders assumes you're an in real life dragon warrior here for Earth's ascension and awakening. Yes! All I'm here to do is help bring love, light, healing, and magic back to this world. I want to help bring this world's vibration as high into the frequency of love and light that I possibly can, and one of the greatest ways I can do that is for my YouTube and one of the greatest ways I've been able to do that is via my YouTube channel, and thanks to all of you guys who are watching. I really feel like you've given me a platform to have a voice and to speak out against, you know, things that are shitty, and to teach people about magic and love and light and healing, and to help people learn that it's okay to be yourself and it's okay to focus on you, and that's pretty much just the basic thing that I'm here for. And while I do identify as a dragon, like as a dragon spirit, like we all know I'm a human, duh, hello, look at these fingers. At the end of the day, I feel like a dragon, and I feel like my spirit is incarnation of a dragon that has yet to be hatched in the spiritual world, and I'm simply here to gain experience and knowledge and to help the planet grow while I'm here. So yeah, accurate, I would say. Venice, which assumes you listen to metal. Of course I listen to metal. I'm so excited that my boyfriend is having another show with his band My Old Ways. We pretty much thought they were dead, but now they're just gonna have a show for shits and giggles, and they're actually headlining it, and I'm so proud of him, and I just love their music so much, and I just think like it's amazing, you know what I mean? And growing up, metal music was the music that influenced me the most, or like music that would be considered metal, like maybe not just like straight up metal, but like alternative, like hard rock, you know what I'm saying? Like just like that genre is like, that umbrella I guess is pretty much like the music that I love more than anything. Ya boy Koa assumes you're into DDLG. No, I'm not. A lot of people might not know what DDLG, it is like a kink called Daddy Dom Little Girl. I think it's weird to call my significant other daddy. It's just weird, I don't know, it's not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. But if like other people are into that, that's cool, like you do you, boo, but like for me personally, that is not the kink that I'm into, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me. Paige Clark 21504 assumes you're very weird but in a good way like me. If you don't know by my catchphrase, stay geeky, cheeky, and freaky, that I'm a weird fucking idiot, then yeah, you're missing out, cause I am so weird, spelled with Y-W-I-R-D, bitches, like, I think being weird is the greatest strength that I have, and it helps me be me. It's just who I am, it's part of my soul, and so many people make fun of me for it, and so many people think I'm literally weird for it, and like they don't want to spend time around me, but I don't need those people anyway. Like I always have gone against the grain, like I've never fit that like perfect girl like stereotype, you know, like she's gorgeous, you know, like sure, like I feel pretty now, but like growing up I really just didn't care how I dressed or whatever, and I just like always did what I wanted to, and for that people call me weird, and I'm okay with that, you know, like I don't give a shit, you know, like, if you have something shitty to say, fuck you, you know, that's your karma, but like, I'm just gonna be me, I'm just gonna embrace me, and I'm just gonna do the geeky, cheeky, and freaky shit, okay? Because that's who I am. So that's all we have for addressing the rumors. If you guys liked this video, please leave a like. If you want a part 2, maybe I'll do a part 2. I had a lot of fun doing this and answering your guys' assumptions about me, confirming or denying them, and elaborating a little bit further. It's a bit of a long video, but I honestly really enjoyed it and pretty much answered everyone that I got. Almost. There was many of them, but I couldn't get to all of them, but I tried my best. So if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, or if you want to maybe see Q&As using the Instagram function, please let me know all your suggestions in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out my handmade book charm necklaces, the idea. Thank you, my Dragon Guardian, for giving it to me. I appreciate it. But if you don't like any of the ones that are currently in my shop, I'm more than happy to custom make you one. If you follow me on Instagram at Dragon Fairy Crafts, I will custom make you one via DM if you want to shoot me a message. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Azura Dragonfeather if you want to be in videos like this in the future. Thank you to everyone who submitted their assumptions to me. I had a lot of fun, and what do you guys want to see next? Let me know. But until next time, stay geeky, cheeky, and freaky! See? It's the weird thing. You know what I'm saying? Totally weird. Little hatchlings, you better stay geeky, cheeky, and freaky though. But anyway, I'll catch you later and on the flip side. But until next time, blessed be and bye.